What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I just woke up, got out of the shower. We got some new tasty Toyota and Lexus news to go over. No surprise, Toyota and Lexus are crushing it in all the markets around the world. They're doing okay here in America. We talked about that last week. And we also have some news that the Vins might be making a comeback. What? All right guys, let's jump into it. Don't forget to subscribe to The Luxurious Fleet and hit that bell icon so you won't miss any breaking news or reviews in the future. Over at the Australian Toyota press room, Toyota leads market with record hybrid sales. Hilux is the best-selling vehicle for the fourth year in a row. Toyota market leader for the past 17 years straight. Record hybrid sales in 2019, and of course it's going to climb in 2020. They sold 205,000 vehicles last year, and they're expecting to sell another 200,000 vehicles again in 2020. They have sold 200,000 vehicles 15 out of the last 16 years. That is really good consistency in a smaller global market like Australia. And the Hilux has been the Australia's most popular commercial vehicle for the past 22 years. It's a travesty that we don't get this vehicle here in America. I've driven in a Hilux when I was in Thailand. I really enjoyed it. It had a turbo diesel motor in it. It was just really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The Hilux has been the best-selling vehicle in Western Australia for 12 years, Queensland for 13 years, Northern Territory for 19 years. Corolla is still crushing it, 7 years in a row, best-selling passenger car, and the Camry is up 10% and still dominating the mid-size car segment, and has been doing so for 26 years. So I could talk more and more. There's just huge numbers to pad Toyota stats, but we're going to go over to the Lexus Australia page, and they again hit record sales in 2019, achieved 9,600 sales for the luxury brand, which is 9% higher compared to 2018. So their SUVs are the ones doing super well down there, 7,700 units of the SUVs. So you're talking about less than 2,000 units for the sedans and coupes there. The NX is taking up over 30% of the sales itself. So the NX in Australia is kind of like how the RX is here in America. That is their cash cow down under. RX still doing well, and then LX had the best year in 16 years. And I'm surprised the LX doesn't do better down there because the Land Cruiser has the biggest market in Australia. So LX, no surprise that it's doing well, but it should do better. And speaking of better, you would expect the entire Lexus brand to be a lot more competitive in the land down under. And I don't know why it's not, because Toyota really owns the entire non-luxury market there. So very head scratching. But you know, if you guys live in that part of the world or understand the Australian market a little bit better than me, but if you can explain to me why Toyota does so well but Lexus struggles compared to the German rivals in Australia, that would be very helpful. Put in the comments below. Again, more global news. Over at Automotive News, Lexus deliveries jump again behind 2019 hybrids. This is for China. And again, they have grown another 20+% in China for the third straight year. They are selling over 200,000 vehicles for Lexus, and if they continue to grow 20% next year and 20% the year after, they will be tied with the American market for Lexus. It's insane how fast they're growing. But what is also crazy is how small they are compared to the German rivals. If you look at Audi down here, they moved almost 700,000 units. They moved almost 500,000 more units than Lexus. Now, why is that? Is it because their cars are that much better? Absolutely not. They're very competitive with each other, and the reason why they probably sell that much is because China and Japan historically have a crazy history, and they don't tend to like each other very much. But the Chinese people are starting to really invest in the Lexus brand. They're starting to get more familiar with the quality and the craftsmanship of the Lexus. So it's just crazy because Audi in America can't hold a candle to Lexus, but you go to China and they're outselling them like 3-1. That is nuts. But what do you guys think of the insane growth of the entire Chinese economy, the wealth growing there? I mean, 700,000 units is just ridiculous for a luxury brand. I can't even get my head past that. That is just stupid. Okay, moving on. Over at Lexus Enthusiast, Lexus released autonomous highway driving LS sedan Japan this fall. We'll actually see it at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, they will be using a few of these to move people around on the highways, and looks like it is going to be a production version of it this fall in Japan. So not really exciting, but definitely something that I wanted to mention on the news today. Now for the really juicy stuff. Toyota Venza coming back while new Tundra is delayed. Okay, let's jump in. And the next Sienna will be a hybrid. Oh, you guys know how much I enjoy and love going over the Sienna. Can't wait to upgrade mine once a viable hybrid comes out. So they're still selling Venzas. The crazy thing is the car was discontinued in 2015, but they're saying that the Venza nameplate will be in a hybrid crossover only, and it'll be very similar to the RX. I feel like they could make this vehicle in Canada on the same production line as the RX. There's a best-selling vehicle. Well, the RX is a best-selling vehicle for Lexus. If they make a slightly dumbed-down version for the Toyota brand, it could do really well. But there's, I mean, the Venza was canceled, so I just don't understand them bringing it back. But I'll talk about that more on the finishing end of the video. So all these sources are coming from TFL Now. TFL Now, they have a lot of YouTube channels and they make some pretty good content, pretty entertaining stuff. I enjoy their videos, and their insider source is giving them all of this information about future Toyota products. So I would say it's pretty credible because I trust those guys and what they say on their website. So Toyota will revive the Venza nameplate for 100% hybrid crossover. It'll seat 5 people. It'll give the automaker a competitor against the Passport, the Ford Edge, and others. Now, the hybrid powertrain would likely come from the RAV4 or Highlander, which is pretty much the same. They both use a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with a couple electric motors in the all-wheel drive variant. And it could be, it would make 234 horsepower if they use the Highlander's electric motors. I would expect them to, if not, use a little bit more powerful, maybe get around 250 horsepower with more electrification. But I wouldn't also be surprised if they used a 3.5 liter V6 hybrid to have a much higher horsepower version. But we'll see. Now the Sienna next gen could be 100% hybrid powered too, and I would also expect it to, of course, have a base model, a base motor of the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, heavy electrified. Maybe they're able to get a 250 horsepower, but I still think that's underpowered for a vehicle that size. So it would be nice to have a V6 hybrid variant as well, like we see in the previous generation Highlander hybrid, and then of course the RX 450h. Can't come soon enough because I can't wait for the Sienna hybrid. Gets me going. Now they're also saying that we might have to wait a couple more years for the next generation Tundra to arrive. So arrive as a 2022 model in 2021, and that's late 2021 if it's going to be December. Again, this doesn't come as a surprise to me for this next generation Tundra / Sequoia / LX 570 / Land Cruiser. They're all on a very similar platform, and they share a lot of components. So I was expecting actually for them all to be a 2022 model. We did get some reports that the Land Cruiser and the LX could be coming as soon as this summer. And that is a possibility. Maybe they come out with those low volume, actually they're low volume here in America, not so much overseas, but maybe they come out with those first. And if they have any issues in that first year, they can iron them out and then have a more polished product when the Sequoia and Tundra come to market a year later. Who knows? That's definitely speculation. And before we wrap it up, SantanValley.com, what are they talking about? Well, Lexus becomes the official vehicle of Apex Motor Club. This motor club and raceway is outside of Phoenix. It's a brand new one. They've just finished the first part of it. They are working on a second part of the racetrack. So what does this mean for Lexus? Well, I think it's a good sign, and I think it's a good sign that they're continuing to support the F division. Now, the GSF is likely dead because the GS is likely dead, so I don't see that vehicle continuing and being, you know, a part of these racing clubs, but the RCF definitely. The LCF will be coming out hopefully in the next 2 years, so that will be seen at these racetracks as well. And then maybe this gives us a little bit of hope for the next generation IS and the ISF. It would be really great to see that. And the fact that, like I said, they're putting all this money to be sponsors of these private clubs could be a really good sign that they are doubling down and going to be offering more F variants of their Lexus lineup. Who knows, maybe we'll also get confirmation of an LSF with that twin turbo V8 that they'll be putting in the LCF. But let's get back it over to the camera and sum things up. So, I mean, that was some pretty exciting stuff. Rocking the world, especially in China, Lexus and Toyota still continuing to dominate in Australia. Well, mainly Toyota. The luxury brand is going to get there. I just, again, put in the comments why Lexus doesn't do so well in Australia. It just doesn't make any sense to me because Toyota kills it. They own the country. Hybrids galore. Venza coming back. What the heck? Why would they bring back a vehicle that was already, I mean, just canceled? It failed. Maybe it was, I don't know. It's just, riddle me that. Why would they bring back the Venza? But the next generation, Sienna getting some hybrid powertrains finally, thank God. Hold on. I talked about the 3.5 liter V6. They're not going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. Why? Well, they'll have the standard hybrid and they're going to have a prime, which is going to give you the 300 horsepower and the 40 or 50 miles of range. So it just dawned on me that that's probably what they're going to do, and they can do that with the Venza too. Oh, standard hybrid, and then you have the plug-in hybrid to give you a lot more power. So duh, just dawned on me. They're probably going to get rid of that 3.5 liter V6 hybrid and probably all the Toyota setups around the world and only save it for the Lexus setup. So very interesting. That just dawned on me. What do you guys think of that idea? Patreon supporters, you guys rock. If you guys haven't liked the video, like the video, subscribe for more Toyota and Lexus news, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.